Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here, yes, as you can tell. Okay, so, I just want to quickly explain, well, let me do this bit first. This is the final episode for this time of... Exactly, it is the last episode for this time of Back to My Future. At the end of this year, I will do 2019. Just expect every year my top 10 list will now be a Back to My Future. Anywho, I just want to explain the reason I'm obviously wearing the same top and in the exact same, as the same way that I do my every Monday reviews, which I actually need to do 4 of these on Monday. I'm recording 3 videos in one go, which is my pickups of July, Back to My Future 2017, Back to My Future 2018. So they're all in one day. It explains why I look a bit flushed as well. I got a bit of a headache. I just have to take some paracetamol. I know it feels too good, but I want to get this video done because then I can take these lights off my face, get the camera away from my face, and relax. Alright, so yet again, I will leave my favourite movie of the year towards the end. There's no specific number that these ones are for. They are just out in numbered orders, like from where I've written them down. But I will save my number 1 movie of 2018 till the end. Okay? Oh, let's get started. Aquaman. Now, Aquaman is a movie that I really, really love. I thought Jason Momoa played the character of Arthur Curry. I was going to say Tim Curry. Not this guy. Not this one here. This guy. This is who he is. This is who he's not. Imagine if this guy played Aquaman. How'd you do, Justice League? Have a Frankfurter helping Justice League. Can imagine it, couldn't you? Please don't. Right, back to sorry, I can't keep laughing through these videos. Right, so Aquaman, I just thought that as his first solo movie in any kind of way, Aquaman was played very well. But the characters, yet again, the story, the designs for a lot of the CGI uses and the scenery that they used to shoot some of the shots, brilliant. I loved Nicole Kidman in this. I think she's actually pretty awesome. Definitely in my top 5 favourite DC related movies. Then we have, okay, so this one, unfortunately these two I got out of sequence. I keep forgetting that I wrote this one down, so I apologise. But Ant-Man and the Wasp, reason this is on the list is because Marvel has a hit and miss with really good sequels. Like Iron Man, great. Iron Man 2, meh. Iron Man 3, Thor, okay. Thor 2, Thor Ragnarok, good sequel. So it's very rare when you get a Marvel movie that has a very, very good sequel. Like for example, also Avengers, great. Avengers Age of Ultron, okay. Infinity War, a little bit better. So yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp I thought was a perfect and great sequel to Ant-Man. I thought that Scott Lang was just as funny. I think that the introduction to Wasp was brilliant. And I love all the shrinking and... what's it called? Growing? The shrinking and growing scenes between Ant-Man I thought was incredible. Plus, I don't know why. It's not really a spoiler. I love the villain in this, by the way. I think she's incredible. But there is this Russian guy that's been friends with Scott since the first film. And they were talking about a boogeyman. And he was talking about the story of someone called the Baba Yaga. About this boogeyman. And this character, this villain, can do certain things. And this character appears in the room with him. And for some reason, I don't know why it made me laugh much, but the Russian guy just goes, Baba Yaga! And I cracked up. I don't know why it was so funny. But if you've seen it, and if you do see it, you'll see exactly what I mean. It just out of nowhere, it's hilarious. But it's definitely a great Marvel sequel, therefore it's on the list. There's so many hero movies on this list. I'm so sorry, but it's true. I don't watch like every single movie that comes out in the year. I only watch the ones that I know I have interest in to begin with. So I do apologise. But next up is Black Panther. And reason for being this on the list, this is actually my second favourite Marvel movie out of all Marvel movies to exist. It goes Iron Man, then Black Panther. Reason Black Panther hits this list and why it is in my top 5 favourite Marvel movies as number 2. Reason is I love the culture of the Black Panther story. I love the fact that it's not a radioactive power or a genetically mutated power. You know, I like the fact that it's not something that was caused by an Infinity Stone. I like the fact that it was a chemical from a meteorite that hit Earth that grew some kind of chemically mutated plant that whoever ingests that plant, it's kind of like space steroids. You know, they get super speed. Well, not super speed, like they get a speed enhancement, a strength enhancement, reflex enhancement. And I love that. But I also love the fact that in the film, not a spoiler, you see it in the trailers, in the film, in order to become king or ruler of Wakanda, you have to fight the previous ruler. And I like the fact that whoever challenges the previous ruler, the plant that gives them the power also takes the power away once it's drunk again. So I love the fact that when they get challenged, they're made to get their powers removed. So when they're fighting, they have to both fight as equally strength humans. I think that is incredible. I think that is absolutely amazing. I think it's a great Marvel story. I also like Shuri, which is T'Challa's little sister, who's super intelligent, really fast humor reflexes. But not only that, is I love the way she just fits the story so well. Like, she's not the annoying family member that people don't like. She just fits the story. Without her in it, the film wouldn't work as well to some degree. I love Andy Serkis as Claw. It's brilliant. I also, yet again, 2 characters here. My 2 favourite characters in the entire movie. My second favourite character here is M'Baku. I think he's brilliant. I love, there's a scene where people are talking and he just goes, "Are you done? Are you done?" And I love it. It's that kind of like, seriously? Stop talking. And I love it. I love that kind of humor. But he's such a great character. But my favourite character in this movie, my favourite, is Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan did a great job as being he's not even really a villain. When you watch the movie and you see it, you'll understand what I mean. He's not really a villain to some degree. But his story is what makes Black Panther worth watching. And his acting as well is incredible. It's brilliant. I mean, the first thing I ever saw him in was Chronicle. And I liked him in that. But with this movie, he is just an amazing character. And I know that in real life, he had to have it says that he had to have therapy for his character due to a lot of stuff that went on for the character. And to be honest, I don't blame him. It's a very touching, very focused story, and he deserves. Black Panther should have won at the Oscars because it is one of the best visually stunning and storytelling movies of 2018. Next up is, well, these two are kind of tied. And the reason they're tied is because they're both great movies, but I couldn't decide which one should have been off the list or on the list. And that is Deadpool 2, Avengers Infinity War. The reason I couldn't decide between which one of these is because they're both equally just as great to me. I did enjoy them both very well. Deadpool 2, yet again, is a fantastic sequel to the original. I know a lot of people disagree. For me, I think it was perfect. Avengers Infinity War, even though yet again also had its flaws, I love Thanos. I think he is a brilliant character, and to see him properly in a movie for a change worked really well. And yet again, it's kind of like Killmonger. He fits the story. and Josh Brolin brings Thanos like with so much force that Infinity War is worth watching just for his role. So that's why them two are joint on the list. Next up is a film called Game Night. Now this is something I didn't think I'd put on the list, but I had to, just for the fact that Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams are fucking hilarious together. I would love to see them both in more movies together. I'd also, in a way, I don't really appreciate sequels. I'd love to see a sequel between Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman, because them two are freaking hilarious. But this movie, yet again, it offered emotion, family trouble, fun, adventure, comedy, and excitement. Loved every second of it. Definitely a fun movie to watch with your friends, with your family that aren't kids in the room. Like, it's more for the adult audiences, but I tell you this right now, when you watch this film, it'll just become instantly one of your favorite films of all time. It's that fun from the get-go. Next on is a Gotham by Gaslight, a Batman animated DC movie. Reason for being on my list is because this is Gotham in the Whitechapel Jack the Ripper days, but in Gotham. Love it. I can't say anything without giving too much away, but just honestly, if you like the DC animated movies, you will love Gotham by Gaslight. It's just the Jack the Ripper era for Batman is brilliant. Love it. So next up on my list is Ready Player One, and the reason why that is on my list is because, guys, seriously, we're already close to that world. But not only that, it is such a good throwback to the 80s. And don't forget, I'm born 93, so I'm kind of early 90s, which means a lot of my family are older than me, so I'm the youngest. And so a lot of the children are like 80s kids. So, you know, like, I grew up around 80s a lot. But yes, just yes, it was a fun movie, exciting movie, adventurous movie, visually beautiful. Definitely one of the best movies of 2018. If anyone who doesn't like it, let me know why, because I don't know why you wouldn't like it, but I can see it has its faults. It's not a perfect movie, but I tell you what now, again, start to finish, enjoyable movie. Plus, I'm really starting to like Ben Mendelsohn, if that's his name. I like him. Good actor. Right. Next on this list is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, I did check on my list. It is a 2018 movie, but it didn't get released till 2019. Oh man, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That was a good movie. It is my favourite Spider-Man movie. It actually is my favourite Spider-Man movie. And the only reason why it's my favourite is because it's not Peter Parker, which I know a lot of people are going to probably give me hate for, but I'm sick and tired of Peter Parker stories. Tobey Maguire, great. Andrew Garfield, not so much. Tom Holland, okay. I do like Tom Holland. I think he is a good Spider-Man. But I'm sick and deaf. Well, not sick and deaf. I'm sick to death of Peter Parker, Aunt May, MJ. I'm sick of it. I was so happy to see Miles Morales' story. Not only that, it was nice to see different versions all coming together. And it was nice to see the animation that they used, the comic animation. I think that works really well for this kind of a story. And I'm glad to know that they are meant to be doing a sequel. Hopefully it goes just as well as the first did. But this movie had so much more to offer, and that is why it's definitely on this list for 2018. Next up and close to last is Venom. Said lots of hero movies. Venom definitely made it to this list just because I was really worried about Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy as an actor. I think Tom Hardy is a brilliant British actor, and I cannot give the man enough credit for everything he's been in. But yet again, when you try and force really good actors into roles that doesn't look like it could be comfortable or work for someone, sometimes you can kind of notice it. Tom Hardy, the great method actor that he is, He dedicated himself to the role. He talked the way he thought that Eddie Brock should have talked. He walked the way he thought he should have walked. He read the comics. He looked into the background of Venom and he gave it his own flair. And for me, worked really, really well. I am so happy and proud that Tom Hardy was Venom. I think that it worked so well. And yet again, Venom is a hilarious character in this. I'm definitely looking forward to the sequel because I'd love to see Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I think that's going to be brilliant. So yeah, right. So number one movie, and I'm pretty sure you guys could have all guessed out which one it is. It is Bumblebee. Bumblebee is my favourite movie of 2018, and here is why. Not only is it a great throwback to 80s style of living, which, as I told a minute ago, I love the 80s. Not only is it that, though, it is the best movie to involve Transformers. Live action, anyway. I mean, think about it, the best... Oh, fuck. My voice started going. I've been talking so much, 3 videos in a row, that's about 20 plus minutes. So 60 minutes, an hour. Just noticed that. Shit. I'll try and get through this as fast as possible, I promise. Yeah, so other than the original animated Transformers movies, movie, that's the best Transformers movie. But talking about live action, Bumblebee is the best. Purely for the fact that it is not your typical Michael Bay, cheesy style, over-the-top explosions and action. You know, it's not that throughout the whole film. It's also not really boring, really dull characters that we cannot stand. Although I will admit, I'm still a huge fan of all Transformers movies. Apart from The Last Knight, I think that one's the worst, and I really never want to watch that one again, even though I own it. I'm a sucker for them just because we wanted big robots kicking the crap out of big robots, and we got it, so we can't complain too much. And if you thought... I want to make this point very, very clear for a second. If you thought that by wanting big robots kicking the crap out of other big robots and an intelligent story in between, you're crazy. Because big robots versus big robots, you're not going to have an intelligent story for that. Apart from the guy who did Bumblebee. Because he did it for the fans, the way the fans wanted it. And it worked. Michael Bay, he has a flair when it comes to big CGI explosions and action. Like, don't get me wrong, he can do action really, really well. But the intelligent storylines are things that he's not too good at. Whereas Bumblebee proved you could have some elements of Michael Bay along with a fresh perspective from another person and make art, which Bumblebee was. He was a lot more lovable in this movie. The character of, I don't know her name. I apologise for not knowing her name. But the actress in it was incredible. The actress's friend, the guy in that was really good. The family was hilarious. John Cena can act in this movie, which is also a plus. Because I've seen some of John Cena's movies and I get really cringy. Like in The Marine, when his wife goes, "Hey honey," and he's like, "Hi." And that's it, for the first 20 minutes. Worked really well for this. Plus, I love the villain, the Decepticons in this. I think they are brilliant. Not only that, and this is not a spoiler because yet again it's in the trailers, but I love the G1 Optimus and the original Cybertron look. It was freaking beautiful, along with the original Transformer noise, which if I can download and put it right here, then it's amazing. If it wasn't played there, then I'm just insane. But you know what I mean? It's so nice to have a decent, intelligent, fun action Transformers related movie. And Bumblebee gave us what we all wanted since the first original, from the 7th of the 7th of the 7th, Transformers by Michael Bay. So, thank you. And Bumblebee is definitely going to be in my top 100 favourite Blu-rays I own. Still a bit pissed it didn't get a 3D release because damn, that movie would have been good. But it's still an art form, still beautiful, and I still love it. So anyway, that is the end of this video and yet again the end of this series for now. I will see you next year in my 2019 Back to My Future Top 10. Anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and previous videos, don't forget to strike like for future videos. If you're new to my channel, I've only seen a couple of my videos. Click that subscribe button down below. I would surely appreciate it. Anyway, take care, you wonderful, wonderful people. I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!